Welcome to The Awakening Black Women United. I am your host, Sherry Danny. Today, we immerse ourselves in the pulsating heart of South Africa's music industry, casting a glowing light on the stratospheric ascent of a promising star, Tyla. Emerging from obscurity with a refreshing energy and an indisputable flair, Tyla has swiftly carved her insignia into the historical fabric of South Africa's music scene. Her music, a unique blend of Afro-pop, indigenous rhythms, and modern beats, reflects the veritable cultural melting pot that is South Africa. Tyla's signature sound is not just a testament to her musical prowess, but also an audible portrait of her homeland's rich and diverse cultural heritage. Her songs, infused with lyrics that narrate a story of resilience and aspiration, have not only captivated her compatriots, but have also resonated with audiences globally, earning her a coveted spot on international playlists. Before the glitz and glamour of the music world became her reality, Tyla was a 21-year-old with a dream and a narrative to share. A narrative she chose to unveil to the world through a poignant TikTok video. In this candid video, she proudly asserts her mixed-race lineage, showcasing her coily hair styled into Bantu knots, proudly wearing a traditional beaded necklace and asserting, "I am a colored South African." While some might question the significance of a single word, for Tyla and many South Africans, colored transcends mere semantics. It's a badge of honor, a tribute to their diverse cultural roots. According to Tyla, being colored implies she emanates from multitude of cultures. It was her medium to offer a glimpse of her identity, a fragment of her essence, her followers. However, Tyla's earnest attempt to share a slice of her identity has sparked a vigorous debate, a discussion that has far surpassed her home country's borders, reaching as far as the United States. What began as a young woman's proud proclamation of her identity has transformed into a catalyst for cultural discourse. The term colored, once a symbol of Tyla's rich heritage, now stands as a point of dispute, placing Tyla and her flourishing musical career under scrutiny for reasons beyond her control. While Tyla's South African community sees colored as part of their culture, Americans view the term very differently. The term colored to Tyla and her community signifies a distinct identity, a rich tapestry of diverse cultural influences and histories. It is a term that is officially recognized and used with pride in South Africa. Yet, the cultural perspective shifts dramatically when we cross the Atlantic to the United States. In the US, the word colored carries with it a heavy historical burden. It harks back to the Jim Crow era when segregationist laws were instituted in the southern states to oppress Black Americans after slavery was abolished. Public spaces like water fountains, toilets, and bus seats were marked whites only or colored only. This painful legacy of the term colored has left an indelible mark on the collective memory of African Americans, turning the term into a symbol of a painful past. Now, let's journey back across the Atlantic to South Africa. Here, the term colored also has its roots in a history of racial segregation. Before white minority rule ended in 1994, apartheid was the political system in place, with a racial hierarchy that privileged white South Africans. The Population Registration Act of 1950 required people to be registered into one of 4 racial categories: white, black, Indian, or colored. Residential areas were designated according to race, mirroring the segregation seen in the US. In both countries, the term colored is a painful reminder of a time when racial identity determined one's rights, privileges, and opportunities. Yet, in South Africa, people like Tyla are reclaiming the term, using it to celebrate their diverse heritage and challenge the simplistic binary of black and white. This painful history of racial segregation mirrors that in South Africa before white minority rule ended in 1994. Being colored in South Africa, as Michael Morris of the South African Institute of Race Relations says, is quintessentially South African. This label, as complex as it might seem, is steeped in a unique historical context that can't be divorced from the South African experience. The colored community, as Morris explains, is a product of South Africa's diverse cultural landscape. It is a melting pot of Black, white, and Asian influences, all forged within the Southern African geography in a way that no other identity can claim. But this mixed heritage has been a double-edged sword. During the Apartheid era, a system that thrived on categorization, the colored community often found itself caught in the middle. They were neither here nor there, often derided and dismissed, simply because they didn't fit neatly into the rigid racial categories devised by the regime. This narrative is echoed in the words of Marieke de Klerk, the late wife of apartheid South Africa's last president. She once remarked about the colored community, "They are the people that were left after the nations were sorted out. They are the rest." Yet amidst this challenging backdrop, the colored community has managed to weave a rich cultural tapestry. They have contributed significantly to the vibrancy of the South African cultural landscape in music, art, literature, and even in politics. It's worth noting the stance of MP Julius Malema, who advocates for the colored community to be classified as Black. His perspective throws a spotlight on the ongoing discourse about identity in post-apartheid South Africa. It's a conversation that is far from over, and one that continues to evolve as South Africa grapples with its complex past, while looking towards a more inclusive future. And it's out of this complicated history that individuals like Tyla emerge, proudly identifying as colored, navigating their own path, and contributing to the ongoing narrative of what it means to be South African. They are a testament to the resilience of the colored community, a testament to their ability to rise above the challenges and create something beautiful. Out of this complicated history, people like Tyla who identify as colored have woven a rich cultural tapestry. With a mixed heritage, the colored community makes up 8.2% of South Africa's population, according to the latest census. This rich and diverse community has given us talents like Tyla, who proudly identifies with her heritage. Yet the term colored has sparked a heated debate across the globe, particularly in the US, where it is viewed as a racial slur. We've seen how this controversy has the potential to impact Tyla's career, especially as she tries to break into the American market. It's a cultural clash that highlights the varying perceptions of race and identity in different parts of the world. But it's essential to remember that respect and understanding are key as we navigate these complex conversations. This has been The Awakening Black Women United. I am your host, Sherry Donnie. Subscribe, like, share, and comment.